Hello, beautiful people. I hope y'all doing good. My lovely strawberries. I'm back with another YouTube video, and today we're going to talk about my personal experiences with bullying because of my race, like with racism. And I'm going to talk about people who victimize themselves and be like, I'm a victim. I'm going to talk about those people as well. They just do that because it benefits them. So they just pretend they're just getting, by other people because of their race. And that's not cool. I don't want to see that. As much as I don't want to see someone bothering you because of your race, I don't want you to bother them while they're doing nothing. Okay? Very good if you don't do that. Okay. So, let's start with one main point. People who move to other countries are not always running away from war and torture and extreme control and pressure, or their family, or the horrible environment, or just like not having any job, or like, a war, or like, crazy things. It's not like someone is putting a lash on their back. Sometimes you're in a good situation, but you can go to a better situation. You know what I mean? So that person you are being racist to might had a way better life than you. I know it burns your ass, because the reason you're racist is that you want to be like, I have a better life compared to you, and why would you have a life with the same quality as me in my country? No, they had even a better life in their own country. Okay? Especially when someone moves from like a third world country, their money have less value compared to yours. So when they move to your country, their life, if it was here, now it's here. If they were upper class, now they're middle class. Okay? So they did not move to your country to live the same quality life as you. They had even a way better one, but they knew if they move and have like a middle class life or even a poor life for a while, there is better situation to improve their life in the future. For example, in their country they go like this, in yours they go like this. So they move to yours, but that does not mean you get the right to tell them, you're having this good life because you're in my country. No, they even experience better in their own country. So I would love to clarify that I just said all that because it's a fact, and because a lot of people act like they don't know it, or maybe they're stupid enough to not know it. But that does not mean I agree with the idea of bullying people who are running away from war or a really horrible situation. No one should face racism, but I'm just saying to racist people, if you do not care about being a bad trash person who is racist toward others, at least care about yourself sounding dumb. Because I see people, like the other day, I was sitting next to a bunch of people and they were saying racist things, and I responded to them, and I was like, what? And I made them feel stupid. That might happen to you. Someone like me might just roast you with a bunch of facts and you're gonna get traumatized. So also the other day I was talking to this African American girl who asked me crazy questions. She said like, would you marry to someone American to get a green card? No, I'm gonna marry for love and beauty and money and education, because if I have all that, you need to have all that, and I do not care about your race. So I'm not gonna marry someone American for a green card. So many people get green card by just other ways, like marry someone. I'm not in a bad situation like that. Or I just saw a bunch of other American people. I'm not saying Americans as an example to be like these people are racist. No, I have so many cool American friends, by the way. My coolest friend OG is from America, Africa. He's a mix as well. But anyway, so these American people were like, these Middle Eastern, they have no shame. They're just here to flirt, and they're just here to seduce our man and steal our man because they just want to move to our country. Like, they just want to do that. And I cut them off, and I was like, what is you saying? Because in every country, they are rich, middle class, and poor people. In America, they are homeless people. They are people who are using drugs. Like, they're like this in the street. There are streets that are not that clean, homes that are cheap, and people that are having like a cheap personality. And in my country too. In my country too. So if you compare the weak trash people of my country, you should compare it with the weak trash people of your country. Another thing I would love to talk about is that sometimes black people act like they don't have enough confidence, or they act like you are their enemy, like before you saying anything, or like you say something, you don't mean anything, they assume you mean something and they're gonna fight you back. You know, I'm just saying, like, the attitude you have right there is crazy. Because I have so many black people, I know so many black people, they're my friend, and I love them. Like, they're the coolest people on the planet. I believe when I meet someone who's black, this person is like either extremely cool or either extremely sensitive. And I don't know, I don't assume anything, but when you speak, I know what's on your mind, because you speak in your mind. You know what I mean? For example, the other day I was talking to this person who was black, and when I talk to you, I see you as a human. I don't care what color you are. You think if you put a knife on my neck, if you're black, is it still a knife? Yes. If you're white, is it gonna turn into a flower? No, it's still a knife. You think if you're white, you give me a flower, it's a flower, but if you're black and giving me a flower, the flower is gonna turn into a snake? No, the flower is a flower. I care about your actions. I don't care what color you are. Like, in what world does that make sense? That you think because of your color, I think like you're my enemy and you treat me as an enemy. Like, if I do something or say something that triggers you or that makes you doubt if I'm racist or not, I accept it. You can have like a defending mood or like an attitude or attack me back. But if I'm nice, don't attack me. I didn't say anything yet. Like, for example, in my country, we have almost zero black people. For example, me, I never saw a black people in my country. Never, ever. But for example, because social media exists, I know I should not say the N-word, or like there is an animal in the jungle that I know I should not use it for them, or like I should not ask any question about their color or what color are your parents. I know these things. But the other day, I was talking to someone from Kenya online, and I said, oh my God, you have elephants there? Did you take pictures with them? And he was like, you're racist. My whole point is, when I see someone from like Australia, I asked about the giant spiders, or like, did you ever see a koala? Or when I see someone from Saudi Arabia, I talk about camels. When I see someone from America, Florida, I ask about like the crocodiles that just knock on your door, you know, to eat you. You know, it's like, I'm willing to spend money to go to like Africa or India to take pictures with elephants, to see them not in a zoo, but see them in nature, and go there with those cool cars, and then like even see black people. I like to meet them and have interactions with them because I was not raised with them. So I'm not putting them next to an animal to be rude. Like, even the nature, even the weather, everything is new. Even the people is new. For example, Chinese people. I go to China to see Chinese people, Korean people, other races, even blonde people we don't have in my country. So I want to see all those people. You know what I mean? I don't disrespect someone who's black by talking about elephants. Because I don't even know, how does an elephant look like a black people? Like, what is the similarity? If there is anyone of you, audience, who's black or know this, explain. Like, because this guy, after I asked about the elephants, he just panicked. And then he got extremely rude and cursed me head to toe. He cursed me. He said like anything he could to me. And I was just thinking, I was like, my hamster picture is on my profile. You see my hamster, you call it a rat. A rat. And I'd be like, it's not a rat, it's a hamster. You still call it a rat. And someone like this is sensitive enough to bark at me just because I said, like, do you have like pictures with elephants? Did you see them? Did you touch them? You know, I was just asking a normal question. And this person had like a huge reaction. And he was like, if you were here, it's me and I'm nice and I don't care what you said. But like, if it was another black person, he would punch you in the face. And I was like, what? Or there was this other time I was just talking to someone who's black. And this guy talked about my hamster a lot, and then I assumed he liked hamsters because he was saying funny things about them. And I said, you look like a hamster yourself. Look at your face shape, your eyes. Oh my God, you have a mustache because they have a mustache. Your hair is bald, and you have a fat nose. And he got mad. So, you know, the moment I mentioned his nose, which was not the only thing I talked about, he got extremely mad. Like, I thought you liked hamsters, and I was looking for similarities between you and the hamster. I'm not talking about the two holes on the hamster face, but the nose part is big. People who do have hamsters, or even watch them online, the hamster actually got a big nose. So I just said it, and then after I said it, I recognized like, oh, most black people, or maybe all of them, they have big noses. So I was like, oh, after he said it, I was going to apologize, but then he started cursing me. So another point I have is that if someone like me is talking to you, I might not mean anything with what I say. For example, in my country, we have a phrase, we say, دماغت چاقه. Even in a school they say it. It means, is your nose fat? And if you say yes, it means you're happy. They say, is your nose fat? You say yes, it means you're happy. So if you have a fat nose, it means you're a happy person. So I didn't even specifically started talking about his nose, you know? And I'd be like, people talk about me and say things like that to me. For example, a lot of people be like, your country is a desert. Meanwhile, in my country, we have islands. Meanwhile, in my country, we have the most beautiful jungles, we have mountains, we have all that, we have seas. And they be like, you just live in a desert, what do you know? Do you even have a snow? Yes, we have 4 seasons, we have a snow. You know, people ask me these things, and I be like, they're either curious, they're either suck at geography. I don't mind. So be chill, do not victimize yourself. You know, I think some people feel miserable about themselves. And then when you say something and you don't mean anything, they want to attack you and curse you head to toe to feel good, to feel better, to feel like they won in something or they achieved something. Like, calm down. I'm not your enemy. You think I'm talking to you to fight you when I can talk to you and be your friend and laugh with you and have fun with you? You think I want negative energy and arguments for no goddamn reason? I get it. Sick, racist people exist. I face them. I know them. They even roll their eyes when they see me, and I'm like, I didn't do anything. Like, you're the one who's having an attitude. This person might be like Korean, Indian, someone from, I don't know, Slovakia, someone from Switzerland, someone from Australia, any country. Another thing I would like to mention, like 2 last things I would like to mention in this video. First of all, do not care what those people say to you. Because once I was talking to a guy and we were talking about other things, not my country. But then, because I had my flag in my profile, he started talking about my country, and he was like, I saw this bad thing happening in your country. It made me like feel angry. And I was like, yeah. And then he talked more, so I explained a bit more and I corrected him. And then he said, oh my God, you're wasting my time. You're talking too much in my voice room. And I was like, I'm not talking too much in your voice room. You pretend like you are interested in this topic. I don't know why you did that, but like that made me think you actually are interested in this topic. So I talked about it. Like a lot of these people you assume are racist, they might be racist, but then they don't even know how to talk. Like you wasting your time listening to all I have to say, and you're not even interested, and then you say like, nah, 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 you're wasting my time. You say that to me, like. So a lot of people are mentally ill, and I highly believe people who care about your skin color, your race, your background are mentally ill. I believe they're mentally ill, because 2025 is about how much money you got in your pocket. It's not about what color you are. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Only stupid people care. So do not care. You know, they're having problem and sadness with themselves. And be sure when they're alone, they might seem confident when they talk to you. They might seem happy. But when they're alone with that black heart, be sure they're just struggling in their head. Like their own head is their biggest enemy. And if you don't hate yourself, you're not gonna be able to hate another person, another creature, another human, even a plant for no reason. If you don't have hate for yourself in your heart, you will not have the ability to hate without reason. So know these people are in pain and don't care about them. The second thing I would like to talk about is, if you're talking about someone and you have a little bit of information, half true, half wrong, like don't try to say the things you know so they don't have to correct you. Or like if you're curious, just search about it. If you search, you don't find anything, give up. So if you talk to someone who's running away from war, they definitely don't want to talk about that much. Or ask them if they want to talk about that before you ask questions about their country. Don't bother people by asking questions. Cause, you know, I get it. Some of y'all might just trying to get sympathy to someone, to be like, I'm here for you. I care about what's going on in your country. I want to know. I'm all ears. But some people do not want to talk about it. For example, me, I'd be like, I deal with this whole thing all day. I don't want to talk about it with someone who's not from my country. People who are in my country are in so much pressure 24/7. They talking about what's going on, and I hear the news. When I talk to you and you're from another country, I don't want to talk about what's going on in my country. I think it can be something sensitive to talk about. Me, I easily deny, and I be like, nah, I don't want to talk about this. I'm not here to talk about this. But a lot of people don't, especially younger people, and they might even feel shy. They might not be sure of why you're asking those questions. Because I just told you, someone asked me that question, and in the end, he was like, you're wasting my time. Stop yapping about your country. He acted like this at the end. Meanwhile, he started talking about it and acting like he's interested in it. So it's gonna make people uncomfortable. You need people's permission to talk about the bad situation that is going on in their country. Even if you're going to be like, you're so brave to live in that situation. Sometimes it makes people compare their own life with yours, especially when they're younger. So as an adult, or as someone who is watching this video and know this now, from now on you know it, do not talk about these things with people without their permission. What else? So I also faced racism from some blonde people who thought like they're the best race and their race should not be mixed with mine. It's not like I'm dumb or ugly or crazy or like rude or like have no family or like I have like mental problems. It's just a race. Like, if you want your baby to be blonde like you, I get it. I'm not forcing you to date me, but you assuming I'm in love with you is crazy. Because, for example, me, I get peace and hope, and I feel safe with man with like with a partner with like brown eyes. Your blue eyes scares me, okay? And I'm not saying this in a rude or racist way. I'm not saying it's ugly, but it scares me. It makes me feel like I adopt you. So, you know, not everybody loves you. I'm not obsessed with you. I'm not trying to mix my race with you either. I don't want my kid to have blue eyes. I just don't. And I'm not saying blue eyes are ugly, but I can't trust them. They kind of make me be more suspicious of people with blue eyes. They're strange to me. Like, this is human's nature. Like, when something is new, you're more careful with it. When something just does not look like you, you have more like negative thoughts about it. Same, like, it's about personal choices. So not every human being with black hair and brown eyes is trying to just hunt you. You know, I'm not trying to get you. I'm not. And I know people who are blonde and are nice. I'm not talking to these people, okay? I still doubt. It's hard for me to trust you, but it's just my guts telling me to feel that way. I don't judge you. I don't treat you bad just because you have blue eyes, you know. But people can be sensitive about these different things. So if I'm sensitive about you, and I'm not racist to you, I expect you to don't be racist to me. If you're sensitive to me, you can just not talk to me and ignore me. Why would you be like, I don't like it when you people, you Middle Easterns, mix your race with us. You Middle Easterns should not do that. Why would you say these things? Grow up. You're an adult. From which country, from which family you come from? Who taught you those things? Oh my God. So, oh my God, my camera is dying. Holy moly, holy shit. So, I think that's the end of the video. I faced racism even more, but the camera is dying. The camera is telling me to shush. So, be strong if you're facing racism. Know that you're right, and if you're right, and if you're not rude, but strong and having facts and have like the power to speak up for yourself, no one, absolutely nobody has the power to bully you. And try to be less sensitive, guys. Like, not everybody is racist to you, you know. Not everybody is trying to just fight you. Calm down. Let people talk. Let people show their actions before you judge them. Please, before you judge me, let me show my actions and words. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you all have a good day. Don't forget to like my video. I love you all. You can share your personal experience in the chat, in the comments. Bye.